Today I am going to replace a shock. This is a 2006 Silverado. It does have the smaller 4.8 Vortec V8, but it doesn't matter. I checked the parts and everything, and it doesn't matter if it's a 5.3 or a 4.8. This will work for any full-size Silverado of this kind. So thought I'd just, like I said, make this quick video. This is going to be a real super quick project here. So all I'm doing is I'm going to be replacing this front left shock. I've already done the right side. The right side was really bad. This side's not too bad, but if I'm going to replace the shock, might as well do both of them. So that's what I'm doing. So it is really as easy as just taking the wheel off, and then there's a bolt right down here at the base of the shock. Then there's one at the very top that you get to through the engine bay. I guess if you wanted to, you could probably get like a wrench in there or something, but I've got a impact wrench. Right here's all the tools that you really need. I've got my impact wrench. I've got an extension. This is a 13/16. This is going to be for that bottom bolt, which is essentially the same thing as a 21 millimeter. Both of these work for that. So I've got those two. The top bolt, at least for this truck, is a 14 millimeter. That may vary because I've put on shocks before, and if you don't get OEM, the top nut can be different sizes. But in this case, it is a 14. It's a 14 for both the ones that are on here and the ones I'm replacing it with. And I just have some anti-seize. I always put those on the bolts when I'm doing this. So this is the shock I'm replacing it with. I got it on Rock Auto, super cheap. I think it was only, I don't even think it was 20 bucks per shock. So I did have the box. I was going to show you the part number, and I got a miss there. Well, crap, I can't find the box, but I'll put the part number down in the description. Like I said, you can get, it's not a SenSen or Monroe or anything. I did get one of the cheaper shocks, but had good ratings and reviews. So I'm going to start with just replacing or taking off those bolts. Like I said, this bottom one down here at the very bottom of the shock, and then this top one. And then once you do that, it'll fall out, and we'll go from there once I get that done. All right, and I'm back. So here's the new shock. Here's the old one I just pulled out. Like I said, it's still in okay shape, but if you're going to do one, you should probably do both. Here's actually the one I pulled from the right side, and as soon as I took the bolts off, it fell apart in two pieces. So this thing was probably about the worst shock I've ever seen as far as conditions. So anyways, getting back to this, when you take it apart, your new shock should come with new mounts as well. If it doesn't, you definitely want those. If you use the old mounts, you'll probably have issues and maybe a clunking or something. So it's a good thing to replace all that. So I'm going to get this in there in case you took it apart and can't remember, but it should come with two mounts, and then there's these large spacer washer ordeals. This is how it goes. So you got the two mounts in the middle. You're going to have the brace that this goes through is going to be right in between here, and you're going to sandwich it in there. But then you got the washers on the very ends. So you just put it on in there. It's pretty self-explanatory. So I'll go do that real quick and be right back. All right, and that was it. Nice and simple. Like I said, when I put it back together, I slid the top in first, just because it's got then that sticks out there, the threaded piece there. So put that in, slid it right into place. Had to move the shock up just a little bit. Had to use a little bit of force to move it up so that the hole lined up down there. But pretty self-explanatory and straightforward. If you can take off a tire, you can probably do this job. So definitely easier than a lot of other shocks I've done before. So yeah, that's done. And I did find the box to show you what shock I'm using here. This is a SenSen, and then the part number, which it's got the 12140194, which is this part number, and then at the bottom there you can see the KYB or Monroe cross-referencing part. So if you want to use a little more expensive shock, that's fine. I'm sure those are good parts, but I just went with this. Like I said, I read reviews, and People had good things to say about them. So anyways, I guess we'll see once I get this all back together and take it out for a drive. So anyways, as easy as that. If you got any questions, go ahead and throw them down in the comments, and I'll answer them as I can. Thanks.